So not that long ago we had a yearly E3 event in which of course a lot of new and awesome games are being announced, and some other games that are already expected are showing off some trailers and gameplay and getting us hyped for the real deal. So welcome to my new show in which we are gonna talk obviously past E3 now. We're gonna talk about the games, about the trailers, about the things that we've seen and heard, and we're gonna check why we should or shouldn't be excited for certain games or titles. And today we're starting off with Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed Origins, for me, definitely there's excitement. So I'm gonna portray some excitement and why you should be excited for Assassin's Creed Origins as well. Number one is obviously a new character. Now, Assassin's Creed have been introducing a new character with every single game ever since Ezio disappeared from the franchise. But obviously, it's always exciting to see and hear from new characters in Assassin's Creed. We get a new character, a new look, we get a new voice, we get everything is new and fresh about it. And I'm always very eager to learn about who he or she is, what his or her story is, and who exactly we are playing as. Now, another thing to get really excited about, and I think that every single Assassin's Creed fan is excited about, is obviously the setting. We're in goddamn Egypt. It's perfect for Assassin's Creed. It's a historically awesome setting. The landscape is perfect. Lots of things to climb. It's different, but it's definitely something that we've been looking forward to. You know, we've got the big landmark with the Sphinx, with the pyramids. Obviously, we have the history with like Cleopatra and the Roman Empire being there. And, you know, all of the things it's just really awesome. And it's a really cool setting to get into. And it's something that I've wanted to see for a while. And therefore, I'm very, very excited to see Egypt in all its glory, because they're actually going to be introducing the full country. We've got all the cities that were there at the time, of course. We've got all the landmarks that were there at the time. We can explore the entirety of Egypt within this game, and I cannot describe how extremely excited I am for that. And talking about the world and the setting, we definitely need to talk about number 3 of the things of why I am excited about this game, and that is the open world aspect. Now, Assassin's Creed has always had some open areas. I remember Assassin's Creed 3, obviously we had like this big forest area, we had a different city area, and then we had like an area of our hub, basically. So there were a couple of areas. In Assassin's Creed 4, in Black Flag, they changed that about, and it was one big open world, I believe, which is really cool as well. It wasn't as open though, because when we were entering a port to a city, there was a little loading screen and you went into the city. So that wasn't quite open. But other than that, it was a big map. You could just sail and explore the world if you wanted, and it was really cool. But this is obviously going to step up the scale even more. This map is said to be 3 or 4 times as big as that of Black Flag, and it looks tremendously amazing. We've got the awesome rivers, we've got, as I said, the landmarks with the Sphinx and the pyramids, we've got the Egyptian culture, we've got all these different characters, of course, roaming around, because in an open world, you can find quests everywhere. It's not like just a linear storyline which is going to lead you to certain areas, which obviously there's going to be, but you can explore at will. As soon as you get to the opening sequence, you can literally just go wherever you want and explore this amazing big open world. And I'm just very, very excited about that, because I think Assassin's Creed has been lacking that, a big open world, this RPG element to it. And then also, there's boats. And finally, there are boats. I know that in Assassin's Creed 4, of course, there were like really, really big boats, but there's like smaller boats which you can just hop onto and just sail away and just, you know, wherever you want to go. You can sail the rivers, the big lakes, you can just go around via the boats, and it's just really cool. There's all the big deserts, you can ride camels and horses and everything. I'm really excited for the open world and the RPG aspect of this game, because I think it's going to make the franchise an awful lot better. Something that I am very excited but also curious about. Like, it could be disappointing and I'm not sure yet, but there is an entirely new combat system, and to be honest, that was desperately necessary. I mean, the combat in Assassin's Creed has always been parry, response, and that was it. You could obviously attack as well, but that would usually get you killed. So what you would do, especially in the later games, you would just parry, instant kill, parry, instant kill. You could just kill 10, 20, 30, 40 guys, it didn't matter. And it was just, it became too easy after you got used to the system. And therefore, I'm so happy that they finally revamped it, basically. They have to get it right, though. And combat, especially when you're gonna make it into, from what it was into what it should become, is really hard to get right. you need to be sure that the response time is okay. You need to make sure that everything works out, you know. But I hope they can do that, and I hope they can get the systems to work. There's like 150 different weapons, I believe, from like ranged weapons to short melee weapons to like spears and shields. You know, there's an awful lot of weapons and choices there, as well as you can really choose between melee and range. You could be an archer, and you can be like a spearman or have swords or anything. I'm not sure if you can get dual wields. That would be cool, like a dual Egypt short sword wield. That would be fucking awesome. But I'm just dreaming here. But yeah, the new combat system, it looks tough, especially when you're fighting against opponents from higher levels, because they've introduced different levels as well now. Obviously part of the RPG system that we talked about earlier. Like if you fight against higher levels and they hit you, you lose like 3/4 of your life instantly. And I think that's an amazing challenge. It's really cool. It's gonna make it hard though, because you have to time everything perfectly, because you only get one shot, and after that you're literally dead. So it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be challenging, but therefore hopefully it's also gonna be good. And I'm really looking forward to the new combat system, to trying it out and see if it's any good. I hope it is. It looks promising so far. And something that I am very curious about and also very excited about is the skill tree, because obviously, because this game is going more towards the RPG vibe, there is a skill tree, and the skill tree allows you to basically create your own assassin. Now, what we don't have quite yet, I also don't think it would fit, but I also think that the idea is kind of cool. I've always been in like between two camps, like it sounds cool, but I don't know if it will work. It's actually creating your own character in Assassin's Creed. Like, I know that, you know, to create a story, you basically have to have this character and its background. And if you make him entirely different than what the story is meant for, then obviously that's not going to work. Because the downside of creating your own character is that when you're creating it, it's not just the looks you're creating a background for him. Like, you're creating him, you give him his tan color, his facial hair, maybe scars, or, you know, you create his story for him. And if it doesn't match the story within the game, especially when you go into like a big RPG game as I'm doing right now, it's something that doesn't fit, doesn't match. So therefore I think it's hard to get character creation in Assassin's Creed, but maybe at some point they could try it out, because I think you could do some really cool things. But the skill tree at least allows us to go one step further into creating your own character, obviously, because you can create what he can do, or what he can do best. You can go for stealth. There's a whole tree for like stealth, you know, making you jump more silent, making you sprint more silent, or even being unheard, make your hidden blade kills quieter, you know, all of those things. You can do a lot of things with stealth. You can upgrade to be like a badass warrior with like amazing hit damage and sword play and all of that things, all of those things. And I'm really excited for that. And yeah, all in all, I have to say that I'm excited about this game. There is curiosity, and there's also a tiny bit, not gonna lie, a tiny bit of worry, because it's such a different path all of a sudden. And we've grown, at least I have, to love the franchise for what it was, even though it has become so much less in the latest games. So it's exciting, but at the same time kind of scary to see the franchise go in such a different direction, because it's drastically changed. A lot of things are going to be totally different, and whilst I'm excited for it, I'm also curious to see if it's actually going to work. Assassin's Creed Origins is gonna come out on the 27th of October, at least where I am. I don't know if it's different for like America or Japan or Asia or anything like that, but it's gonna come out on the 27th of October. It's really close, and I am damn curious about this game. Definitely buying it though, because I have all these Assassin's Creed games, and even though some of them sucked, I'm not gonna miss out on this one. No. I hope you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, or both. That's possible too. And if you did, then make sure to leave a like. That would be fairly appreciated. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more gaming content and more of these excited or not videos. I'm not sure how I'm going to call this yet, but this is going to be a series of multiple games that I'm going to cover, talking about whether I am excited and whether you should be or not. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see me play games instead of watching them and judging them like I do over here, then that's fine. I have a gaming channel, and the link is down in the description, as well as a link to both my Patreon account if you will allow me a small monthly fee, or a one-time only donation button for PayPal if you want to give me a little tip. Anything, even considering it, would be greatly appreciated. It's hard being a YouTuber, especially a smaller one in this time, so anything would be tremendously appreciated. Thank you very much. Make sure to follow me on all the social media crap, links down in the description, and then I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.